they gather, come and join. One man went to mow. That time of the day again. The session has started, so your company required. One man went to mow. That or your guy. You know what usually happens around about this time. So gather, come and join. One man went to mow. The eagle has landed.
Only water, water, only water, where they see ma. Water, 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 water.
Only water, where they see ma.
Hapa o naido. Hapa o naido. Hapa you don't come o. Hapa o naido. Oro kẹ̀kẹ́ ẹlẹ́mù yé o. Ilé sọ́díyà kẹ̀kẹ́ ẹlẹ́mù rè o. Bobby master kẹ̀kẹ́ ẹlẹ́mù rè o. Chifu fáìlà tí kẹ̀kẹ́ ẹlẹ́mù rè o. Eruku lẹ̀lẹ̀ ẹlẹ́mù dé. Eruku lẹ̀lẹ̀ ẹgbẹ́ ẹlẹ́mù dòde ojàre o. Eruku lẹ̀lẹ̀ Ghana ti dé ẹgbẹ́ bọ́dì o. Ọmọ ẹlẹ́yẹ ẹyẹ o ó dilé o. Odúyẹ̀lá ẹyẹ o ó dilé o. Petrosọ́nà ẹyẹ o ó dilé o. Petrosọ́dúnkẹ́ ẹyẹ rẹ̀ ó dilé o. Ẹlẹ́kọ̀ ọ̀run mú ìní o. Àkùkọ ọ̀run méjì kọ. Ikú kò ní rí wà gbéṣe o.
And there we are, Iku Koniriwa Gbeche by the Kegites. So from the Kegites to the Omuti, let's just go through the talking points. Abba Kyari situation still in play. The AREWA youths coming into the space to sound a note of warning. What we will do if FBI arrest Abba Kyari. So AREWA youths are coming into the space to issue their usual threats against any and everybody that weighs against their northern interest, including the FBI. So AREWA youth threatens the FBI, but are also under threat the former president of the Senate, Bukola Saraki. Saraki honored our invitation, not arrested. This is EFCC speaking. This is off the back of a previous headline. It says Saraki in custody, says EFCC spokesman Wilson Urujaren. So Wilson Urujaren double talking as always, and still within that Saraki space, EFCC confirms Saraki's arrest. And then Saraki leaves EFCC's office. So we're going through all of that. Why we arrested Saraki. And then back to the Abba Kyari narrative. Nigerian police IG suspends Abba Kyari. Panel begins probe. So this is something, of course, that we have been calling for, especially on this platform, that this character, this element should be suspended whilst a thorough investigation is carried out into the matter. I don't really think that much of an investigation needs to be carried out because, of course, a fairly open and short case, all the evidence are so overwhelming that it's almost a certainty that this guy is compromised and should really be handed over to the Americans. But before he goes to the Americans, let's go to the East. So by way of catching my breath, let's do a bit of not holy holy, but a Python dance. So a little bit of a Python dancing as I catch my breath and then go for it again. So to the Python dance.
iPod. O meriwo n'indi zu, oniriyo ya. Abba Kyari, mama dawora. Una pori meri nandi win the war. Python dance one, Python dance two. Now Python dance three. Una pori meri nandi win the war. Python dance one, Python dance two. Now Python dance three. Una pori meri nandi bu onye du aimo. O meri wone nizu ngiro ya. Abba Kyari, mama ndawora. Una pori meri nandi win the war. Python dance one, Python dance two. Now Python dance three. Una pori meri nandi win the war. Python dance one, Python dance two. Now Python dance three. Una pori meri nandi win the war. Python dance one, Python dance two. Now Python dance three. Una pori meri nandi win the war. Python dance one, Python dance two.
And there we are, Python dancing, Python dancing, in and they win the war, Python dancing, Python dancing. But no Python dancing for Bukola Saraki. As guys, I bring you this. Saraki in custody, says EFCC spokesman Wilson Owojaren. So Wilson, to the point, the opening salvo in this multiplicity of narratives that I'm about to bring you on this particular topic. The Economic and Financial Crimes Commission on Saturday in Abuja confirmed the arrest and detention of the former Senate President, Bukola Saraki. The spokesperson of the commission, Mr. Wilson Owojaren, told correspondents that Saraki was invited for questioning over allegations of corruption and money laundering. He said that the former Senate president was currently in the custody of the commission for continuation of interrogation. The invitation and detention of Saraki for interrogation was happening days after a former Nasarawa state governor, Tanko Al Makura, and his wife, Miaro, were invited and interrogated. The commission had invited Al Makura and the wife over alleged breach of public trust and misappropriation of billions of naira by his administration. So Bukola Saraki taken into custody, and then let's now find out why Bukola Saraki was taken into custody. Why EFCC arrested former Senate President? Former Senate President Bukola Saraki on Saturday, arrested by officials of the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission (EFCC). The spokesperson for the EFCC, Wilson Uwajere, confirmed Saraki's arrest to correspondents in a telephone conversation on Saturday. However, Uwajere said the former Senate president was only invited but refused to disclose the reason for the invitation. Saraki was the Senate president between 2015 and 2019 before he failed to win his senatorial district during the 2019 general election. Before his emergence as the Senate president, Saraki served as a two-term governor of Kwara State between 2003 and 2011, but his administration has been marred by allegations of corruption. His arrest is coming about 2 months after an investigation panel set up by the incumbent governor of the state, Abdulrahman Abdulrazak, recommended the prosecution of Saraki over mismanagement of public properties. Chairman of the panel, Hussein Buhari, in his recommendation, said nothing short of diligent prosecution, possible jail terms, and recovery of many of the properties can avenge the official connivance that led to the pilferage of the state's assets under Saraki and his predecessor Mohammed Lawal. According to the committee, shares, bonds, and some other assets of the state government were sold by the state's past government within 5 months of leaving office. Also, our shares, bonds, and stocks were sold out. Also, our shares, pardon me, Also, our shares, bonds, and stocks were sold out within 5 weeks of their leaving office. These are worth millions, billions of naira. Even the Amoyo international market, in which they claimed that they bought land for over 400 million naira and paid about 200 million naira, and also swapped 10 pieces of our land in Abuja for Amuyo land by Harmony Holdings Limited. Personally, Bayosani and Tope Daramola need to be brought to book on the issue. On Kwara Mall, it is sad that Kwara state government put down the sum of money of 500 million naira, gave land and C of O over the land, and they used the C of O to collect another loan in a bank worth 500 million naira and brought nothing to the Kwara state government. In fact, the sharing formula is 70-30%. That is 30% to the state government that put down everything, Buhari said. The panel also alleged misappropriation of government funds in the establishment. The panel also alleged misappropriation of government funds in the establishment of Shonga farms and the activities of individuals who served in the Bureau of Lands and Surveying Office of the state. In 2016, the Supreme Court consented to Saraki's trial over criminal offenses committed when in office as governor of Kwara State between 2003 and 2011 to the tune of over 10 billion naira. Also in 2018, a federal high court sitting in Lagos ordered the forfeiture of a property belonging to Saraki over illegal acquisition. The property is located at number 17A McDonald Road, Ikoyi, Eti Osa local government area of Lagos State. The order was granted following an application by the Efcc that Saraki acquired the properties through proceeds of illegal activities. According to the Efcc, Saraki allegedly withdrew over 12 billion naira in cash from the Kwara State government account, out of which some of the money pardon me. According to the FCC, Saraki allegedly withdrew over 12 billion naira in cash from the Kwara State government account, out of which some of the money was deposited into his domiciliary accounts in Access and Zenith banks through Abdul Adama, one of his personal assistants, at different times. Whilst serving as Senate President of Nigeria, Saraki was arraigned before the Code of Conduct Tribunal (CCT) over making an anti over making an anticipatory declaration of asset as well as withholding information concerning his assets when he served as Kwara State Governor between 2003 and 2011. So it is pertinent to just pause where I paused then. So they are saying essentially that this guy, let me read that paragraph again actually, whilst serving as Senate President of Nigeria, Saraki was arraigned before the Code of Conduct Tribunal over making an anticipatory declaration of an asset. So, an anticipatory declaration of asset. When they are telling you to declare your assets, they are asking you to declare what you own before you take up this public office, so that when you are then coming out of that public office, they can then weigh what you said you owe you own rather against what you now currently own to see then if what you have added onto your asset is consistent with your earnings whilst in public office. So what Saraki is being accused of, why he was presented before the Code of Conduct Bureau. So let me give you that again. Whilst serving as Senate President, Saraki was arraigned before the Code of Conduct Bureau over making an anticipatory declaration of asset. So it is not what he owned at that time that he was declaring as his asset. It is what he is anticipating to own in the future. So he's declaring as assets what he does not already own, but is expecting to own. So expecting is declaring essentially he's looting as assets so that when they come to auditing, that is already captured as pre his tenure as a Senate president. So you see that move there, unbelievable, but then of course it is Nigeria. Whilst serving as the Senate President of Nigeria, Saraki was arraigned before the Code of Conduct Tribunal (CCT) over making an anticipatory declaration of assets as well as withholding information concerning his assets when he served as Kwara State Governor between 2003 and 2011. However, he was completely discharged of the case on July the 6th, 2018, by the CCT panel chairman, Danladi Umar, who ruled that the evidence tendered by the prosecution was insufficient to make good the charges he was being charged with. A spokesperson to Saraki Yusuf did not respond to calls and a text message from correspondents concerning his assets, his principal's assets. So a spokesperson to Saraki, a guy called Yusuf, did not respond to calls or text from a journalist regarding what Saraki owned, is essentially what that convoluted last paragraph was meant to read us. So on to the latest development. So catch and release, Saraki leaves EFCC office. So update, Saraki leaves EFCC office. After spending some time with the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission (EFCC), which invited him for questioning, former Senate President Bukola Saraki left the commission's premises Saturday night and he is back home in Abuja. He confirmed this to correspondents. He confirmed this when correspondents spoke to him a few minutes ago. Saraki said there was no big deal in honoring an invitation by an institution of state. They asked to see me, and after attending a wedding reception, I drove there myself. And then they were satisfied. They said I could go. That is it. He was said to have left the premises of the anti-graft agency at about 9:15 p.m. Saraki honored EFCC's invite after attending the wedding of the daughter of Senator Shaba Lafiaji Fatima and her groom, Hilaru, Saturday afternoon at the Blue Velvet Marquis Wuse 4, Abuja. Saraki's media office later issued a statement on his visit to the AFCC and what transpired. The Commission's office. So this is the full statement from Saraki's office. The media office of Dr. Abubakar Bukola Saraki would like to confirm that this afternoon, Dr. Saraki, on his own volition, visited the office of the EFCC to clarify any issue that the Commission may want to raise with him. It will be recalled that following the order of the Federal High Court Abuja on the fundamental human rights case filed by Dr. Saraki during the period of the former chairman of the EFCC, which precluded the commission from investigating him until the matter is dispensed with. The commission, at the last hearing on July the 14th, 2021, pleaded with the judge that the order was preventing them from doing their job. Following this complaint, Dr. Saraki, as a responsible citizen, on his own volition, approached the commission that at the earliest convenient date, he was willing to visit the commission's office and clarify all issues they might have to raise with him. He therefore visited the commission's office this afternoon and answered some of the questions. He is back home. He was not arrested. Dr. Saraki also assured the commission that he has nothing to hide and will always make himself available to clear all issues that may require his attention. So it looks as though there was actually a court order binding the EFCC from approaching this guy aggressively. And what they are saying then is that he volunteered himself for the visit rather than being compelled by the EFCC to attend their office. Saraki honored our invitation, not arrested. So the EFCC comes out as well to clarify. That's a headline attributed to the EFCC. Saraki honored our invitation, not arrested, says EFCC. The Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC, has denied arresting immediate past President of the Senate, Bukola Saraki, over allegations of fraud and money laundering. EFCC spokesman Wilson Uwadere said, contrary to reports, the former governor of Kwara simply honored the invitation of the commission, adding that he was not arrested. It is true he was invited and he responded, but there are no details at the moment. Uwadere told correspondents. Saraki was said to have been arrested in Abuja on Saturday afternoon, shortly after attending a wedding ceremony of a daughter of one of his loyalists and Third Republic Kwara State Governor, Senator Shaba Lafiaji. Correspondents reported that former Kwara State Governor was arrested after he was accused of using several proxy companies to launder money when he was governor. An aide to the former Senate president, however, also denied the purported arrest of his principal. No truth in it, the aide said when asked if the former Senate president was arrested by the EFCC. The EFCC had, in 2019, said it would probe Saraki's earnings between 2003 and 2011 when he was governor of Kwara State. The commission was reported to have seized some of his houses in Ikoyi area of Lagos State then, but Saraki on May 10, 2019 filed two separate suits uh, before Justice Taiwo to challenge the action of the AFCC. Justice Taiwo, who was the presiding judge, ruled on an ex parte application filed along with the, the substantive suits and ordered the anti-graft agency and other five respondents to the suit to stay action on the probe pending the hearing and determination of the motion on notice filed by the applicant. The court had directed the parties to maintain status quo by suspending the probe, but the EFCC later applied that uh, but the FCC later applied that the judge should, so that should be appealed, not applied. But let me read it as it should read. But the EFCC later appealed that the judge should recuse himself, or maybe that should be applied. The EFCC later applied that the judge should recuse himself and the matter be transferred to another court. Justice Taiwo sent back the case file to the Chief Judge, and the matter was reassigned to Justice Anwuli Chikere for adjudication. But when the matter came up on Wednesday, July the 14th, 2021, the anti-graft agency told the court that the action of the former Senate President Bukola Saraki has been hindering the agency from probing him. The EFCC said Saraki continued to hide behind the order of the court anytime he is invited, urged the court to vacate the order. Justice Chi Kere, noting that the court vacation was around the corner, adjourned the matter until October the 7th for hearing. So there's still that that judgment subsisting. So the EFCC could not essentially have arrested this guy unless, as he said, he volunteered himself. So now, leaving that space to another space, the Abba Kyari narrative, a never-ending story, the Arewa youth come to speak to the space. What we will do if FBI arrest Abba Kyari, Arewa youth, of course, so you know already that it is a threat coming. So that headline attributed to the Arewa youth, what we will do if FBI arrest Abba Kyari, a headline attributed to the Arewa youth, Popular Northern Group Arewa Consultative Forum, AYCF, have declared that nothing must happen to decorated officer Abba Kyari in the wake of his indictment by the Federal Bureau of Investigation FBI. In a statement, the group, in a statement on Sunday, signed by its leader Yerima Shetima, described Kerry's current travails as the attempted intimidation of a police officer right inside his independent fatherland. He also rejected the purported plan to arrest DCP Kerry, describing the move by the Federal Bureau of Investigation (FBI) as totally unacceptable, a slap on the sensibility of our compatriots, and a ridicule on one of our finest crack detectives. The group said it would keep a tab on the happenings in the matter, stressing that there was no justification for singling out one of Nigeria's most effective and efficient officers for castigation. He urged all Nigerians who are truly patriots to stand behind a man who has made an unrivaled mark on the sands of time by diligently serving his fatherland. Shetima called on relevant stakeholders in the country, especially civil society organizations, to rally round this officer who risked his life in multiple operations across Nigeria, a fact proved many times through BBC news coverage of such operations. Whilst we are conscious of our sovereignty as a nation, we demand justice for a man with unrivaled record of detective capabilities in the recent history of Nigeria, AYCF stressed. So I noticed that the usual threats. Why didn't they give FBI 48 hours? As it is often their statement to give everybody 48 hours, because anytime you hear that name, Yerima Shetima, whatever it's called, is usually a 48 hours notice. So no 48 hours for the FBI. I wonder why. Nigeria Police IG suspends Abba Kyari, panel begins probe. So, of course, we on this platform have been calling for this as the very first move that should have been made by this week, because immediately, of course, he should have been suspended, but latterly he has been. But yes, so that has happened. The Inspector General of Police, Usman Kalibaba, has suspended DCP Abba Kyari, the head of the Police Intelligence Response Team, IRT. A statement by Force spokesman Frank Mba said Kyari will remain out of service of the Nigerian police force pending the outcome of investigations. The IGP, in his letter to the Police Service Commission, dated the 31st of July 2021, noted that the suspension is in line with the internal disciplinary processes. The suspension will help the panel to carry out its investigations into the weighty allegations against DCP Abba Kyari without interference. The Special Investigation Panel (SIP) is headed by DIG Joseph Ogbenike, the Deputy Inspector General of Police in charge of the Force Criminal Investigation Department. The SIP will undertake a detailed review of all the allegations against Kyari by the United States government as contained in relevant documents that have been availed the MPF by the Federal Bureau of Investigation (FBI). The SIP will obtain detailed representation of Kyari to all of the allegations leveled against him and submit recommendations to guide further actions by the force leadership on the matter. The IGP reaffirmed the commitment of the force to the rule of law and assured the public of the sanctity of the probe, as well as the absolute respect for Kerry's rights and privileges. So there you have it now. At last suspended, something that should have happened immediately, belatedly, but nevertheless suspended. So to you, Ajan Lekoko, what are you making of this development?
Good morning, woman. Good morning, Ego. Oh, you guys in the afternoon over there.
Yes, we're in the afternoon here.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, it's afternoon over here.
All right. Where am I starting from?
Oh, start from the Bukola Saraki narrative. What are you making of that? Bukola Saraki picked up by the Well, they say picked up, but it doesn't look as though he was actually picked up because, of course, what we're hearing is that you know he surrendered himself instead. But this Bukola Saraki narrative, what do you think is in play there?
The Bukola Saraki is surrendering himself to EFCC. It's not the first time. I think it's their usual customer. And I don't know what is going on with EFCC and Nigerian politicians. It looked to me that EFCC doesn't do their job well. And why I said this is that the legal aspect of their job, it seems they don't have capable hands to handle it. And what I mean is this. Most of the time, when they invite or arrest some of these politicians, within some few days, they will get them released. They will go to court and the defendant will go to court and challenge the FCC and, get them released and nothing will happen. So what I thought that EFCC is doing wrong is that they don't do their investigation well most of the time. They don't do it well. They don't get their fact well, and they don't use the court as they're supposed to get their maybe warrant of arrest, or there's a process to do it. Their legal department, I don't think they are very effective in their investigation capacity to have done their job very well, get their facts very well, so that
How much
when
of
they
this are you attributing to the upcoming the 2023 essentially? Because of course, Bukola Saraki, a major player in the politics coming up.
Oh, Buhari being a president that loves to perpetrate illegality in his own way of doing things. Yeah, he will surely use.
No, I'm only saying this because we know that in the build up to we saw in 2019 how they were using the EFCC to chase. Remember Senator Adeleke with his no school sat for whatever was it Osun State or whatever Ogun
Yeah,
State,
Tuesday,
you know.
Ocean,
So
Tuesday.
they used the EFCC to chase him out of that space. Then they used the EFCC to go after Atiku Abubakar in the build up to the 2019 election. So this is something that we know them for. So are they now using the EFCC now again to go after the perceived political opponents for the 2023 space?
It might be. We have to wait and see. But I'm very sure that they will use it. This government that have no respect for law, and all they want to do is to control and control everything. And it's all about the rule of man, not the rule of law. So they will surely use it to
You've been
to
waiting
knock
to use
out.
that. You've been waiting to use that phrase, haven't you? With rule of men, not rule of law. Eh?
Yeah,
Have you been rehearsing? Eh? Ajale Koko, rule of men, not rule of law. But no, just interesting times. And I was going through now the hit list of Saraki. This guy is a hardened criminal. Let's not mistaken anything because we are against Buhari to then absolve anybody. That Saraki is a crook par excellence. It's just a looter. He and his father.
Well, I don't want to talk of his father. We
No,
didn't
no.
have.
Well, no. The reason why I brought his father in, you may or may not recall the history of a bank called Societe Generale in Nigeria back in those days, where these people had rulership over that bank, and they looted the entire bank to the point that the depositors had to be taking, I think, 20 naira to the 100 or 20 kobo to the naira. So
Yes,
yeah.
I remember the case of Society Generale.
Mm,
So, but you see those long list of allegation against Saraki.
mm,
Um, it's one thing to allege people of fraudulent act, or stuff like that. But it's another thing to take it up by law and get them indicted and sentenced them to jail. Saraki has been in the system now since 1999.
mm.
He spent 8 years in government. After that, up to date, he hasn't been nailed. Is EFCC efficient? Are they doing their job well? I don't think so. All those long lists of allegation, we don't want to see it. Go and sit down, do your legal job well, get all your facts well, and take these people to court. It's at the court that they'll be able to prove themselves wrong, or you nail them at the court, and from there they go to jail. But all this, I don't see that agency as being very effective. It's a good agency. It's good, to checkmate corruption by this politician. But are they really doing their job well? Are they well funded? Do they have the capable hand to do the job? That is the thing. Look at this young guy that
You
is head.
see,
Look,
yeah, go on.
look at this young guy, heading the organization. That organization should be,
Bauer, yes.
yeah, this organization should be headed by experts, people that have that, that investigative skill, that people that have the experience. They should, if it is possible, to employ the services of some, some of these top lawyers we have in the country, and some foreign experts to do this job. How many people have they sentenced? How many people have they put to jail? How many? Look at all the politicians that have left office. How many have
Certainly
they put to?
nobody of relevance. There's always Yahoo boys that they go chasing
Yeah,
around,
they
isn't
just go
it?
after it because they know those ones don't have no person to defend. They won't be able
Yes.
to hire the services of lawyer or top lawyer to defend them. So they are not really doing their job well. Look at this Abba Kyari case. Look at what United States, they got every fact, the audio discussion with the hush puppy, the script, all the facts were gotten against him. So EFCC, to me, I don't think they are showing that strong capacity, as if and that capability of doing the job well. They don't. It looked to me that they don't have those capable hands that can really do the job well for that agency. That is the problem I have with them. I don't care about long. We don't want to know. Nigeria don't want to know. Don't come out with allegations. All these allegations against Buhari, Saraki. I mean, look.
The Saraki situation is a very complex one because they are probing him. Saraki is corrupt. I don't think either of us is saying that it's not. But then Saraki is no different from any other Nigerian politician. They're all corrupt. So them chasing him this aggressively can only be like a political persecution. So we can all agree on that as well.
Come
But
here.
that Saraki situation though is quite complex because he has gone to the court to try and even block the EFCC from probing him at all. And the court are now saying that the EFCC should not even ask him a single question until they've determined his lawsuit first. So you just, when they say they tie you up in the courts, this is what they mean by tying people up in the courts. So he has tied the EFCC with a court injunction to say that they cannot even probe him at all. So they are fighting that injunction first to probe him before they can then start probing him. So you see, it's just such a complex thing, that the Saraki narrative.
It's because CFTT did not do their job well in the first place. That's why it was able to corner them by using court injunction to stop them. If they have done their job well, got their facts and evidences and everything against him to nail him before taking him to court, they're supposed to just take him to court. Take him to court with all these evidences, let him get his lawyer, and they will move on from there. The process of trial, we start from there. Get all your facts, get your fact well, take him to court, and start the process of trial. And at the end of the day, someone will win. That is what I'm talking about. It's not just dabbling into people and come up with allegations. We don't want to hear that is not the way it is done. Conduct your investigation, conduct everything you're supposed to do, get your fact well, get your team of lawyers, take this guy to court, and let the process start from there. And we move from one state to the other, from high court to appeal court and to Supreme Court, and we finally be sent to jail or free. Not just coming to the press and list everything. You want to destroy the image of somebody by on the stage using the media to destroy the image before the Nigerian, before anything is started. That is not, Nigeria doesn't care. We don't want to know how much is stolen and anything. Let everything go to court and let the court process, do everything. What we just want to know is, whatever is going on in the court is the report from the court. That is what we want to know, and let the court, do the justice. That's it. Not this nonsense. They are not well coordinated. It looked to me they don't know how to handle this politician or something like that. Maybe they are even corrupt by themselves too. So they are just playing game so that, at the end of the day, they will get them free. It will look as if they are doing work and they know what they are doing. They just want to play some games against, Nigerians and show that they are doing their job. And at the end of the day, nothing will be achieved. And
okay. Talking about due process and doing things properly, it looks as though the Nigerian police, they may well be listening to us, because it looks as though they have not suspended this character Abba Kyari, as they should have almost immediately, and now they set up a panel into probing him. So the Inspector General of Police suspends Abba Kyari pending investigation, and of course, AREWA consultative youth as ever comes out in the papers to issue threats. But funnily enough, they've left out that their usual 48 hours. They've not given FBI 48 hours, or even though everybody they give them 48 hours. So the 48 hours that is missing from the threats of the Fulani youth and the IGP suspending Abba Kyari. Your thoughts on those, Ajan Lekoko?
Yeah. The IGP done the right thing that he's supposed to do, and we'll be looking up to the outcome of his investigation on this corrupt officer. The I was reading something this morning. I don't know, it might be fake news. That the Police Service Commission issued out a statement saying that they will not give up Abba Kyari because Abba Kyari is not a U.S. citizen, and he has nothing to do with U.S. and the U.S. court warrant is not tenable in Nigeria. That Nigeria is a sovereign state.
Can you see an argument to be had on that position? Just plain devil's advocate for a moment. Can you see an argument that can be had on that?
You know that
Let me tell you where I'm coming from. The main allegation that they are leveling against this Abba Kyari is that he was complicit with Hush Puppy, who was then based in Dubai, to defraud a Qatari citizen of $1.1 million. So there's no American involvement at all. There's nothing at all that falls within the jurisdiction of the Americans in all of that narration. So the crime was committed in Dubai. The victim is a Qatari, and the two supposed suspects in the criminal act are Nigerians. So there's no American element to it. So on what basis then are they looking to extradite him? You know. So what is the American involvement? That there's a that can be there's an argument to be had along those lines.
No, that guy, maybe the bank account that on which they, carried out that fraud is in US. You understand what I'm saying? Or maybe that Qatari must be an American Qatari. He must be a businessman in America, and he has bank account in America, and that account was that on which they looted that defrauded that $1.1 million is an account in America. So if not so, I believe that account might be a bank account in America. That is why FBI is involved. If it were to be Qatari account or account outside United States, I don't think that FBI will be.
They don't have jurisdiction. That's the thing.
They don't have jurisdiction. Yeah. So, and in America, if you are defrauded of or some kind of scam carried out against your bank account, your bank have the responsibility to trace it to any length, so that to protect their own image and protect your own fund in their custody. So I believe that is what might have happened. That bank account is in America, and the bank have to pass this information of fraudulent against that bank account to FBI, to the state police, and from there to SBI, and and the FBI pick it up from there. So, uh, but as I was saying, that is what I had. I mean, I read this morning online. I don't know, it might be fake news, because if somebody, on what basis would somebody that is being suspended, is going through investigation, under investigation, and the police commission will quickly come out and say they are not going to release it. So that might be fake news, but that is what I read this morning, that, they are not going to give him up because America doesn't have court judgment, does not have jurisdiction in Nigeria, and they are not going to give him up. Nigeria is a sovereign state, and they have their own law and their way of doing things in Nigeria, and America is not going to dictate to them what to do. So, I believe that might be fake news. So,
Oh, all
but
right. The
the
AREWA youths,
Dylan,
yeah, yeah,
those one are talks now.
yes.
What did they say that what did they say they are going to do? What
Well,
well,
they are actually asking Nigerians to rally around Abba Kyari and whatnot. But I was just saying that is a departure from their usual
yeah,
pronouncements, because every time they come into the papers, they give everybody 48 hours, otherwise they will start the beheading. But now, to the FBI now, they are not giving the 48 hours notice anymore. It is now asking the Yorubas to come and help them rescue their son.
they're scared to death. They know
Mm.
that know
No,
that
no, no,
America,
no, no 48 hours notice for the FBI.
nobody.
Yeah. We're
I
giving
mean,
you 48 hours
can you
notice. We are giving
can
you
you
no 48. Where's the 48 hours notice now? Yeah, yeah, Rima. Yeah.
in,
No,
in the first place, is that not stupidity? You're
yeah.
asking Nigerian to Larry land a fraudster,
Mm.
a police officer who colluded with a fraudster to scam someone. I mean, is that who we are now? Have we gone down so low? As people, this group of people calling on entire Nigerian to rally around Abba Kyari. We are not criminal. We are not criminal like him. He is a criminal. He's a disgrace to Nigerian Police Department, and he should be punished. And others within that department should be punished too. The Nigerian Police should show to the world that they are not going to condone any form of criminality or fraudulent activities among their folk. So they should carry out that investigation, let us know publicly what they are going to do, and they don't have any other choice than to extradite him, because they are ample of evidence against him. And I mean, they even said that among the FBI have been monitoring. They mentioned in the report they sent to Nigerian police that when he went to what do you call
Dubai.
it, Dubai.
Mm.
He visited that guy. They he was transported around. They were going to restaurant and enjoy together. And he lied in his Facebook account that he never met him before. The only thing he did was that he saw the the clothes he
Yeah,
wear, and
fashion
he
the
said,
fashion consultant. Yeah, it's ridiculous. But thank you, Ajanle Koko. Stay with us. Let
okay.
me go to engineer sound his own opinion. So, engineer, I want you
Engineer,
to.
how are you?
I'm fine, Najale Koko. Good afternoon or good morning.
Was that your daughter?
Yeah, morning here. Yeah, afternoon over there.
Yes, yes, yes.
All right.
Hello, one man.
Hello, bossman. How you doing, engineer? Oh,
I'm all right.
engineer.
This holiday, they are on holiday. They are killing me.
Yes, they are going to task you. I think, don't know, the weather is not good. Is the weather good where you are?
Yeah, in Birmingham here, the weather is very good, to be
So
honest.
take them to the park then. That's usually buy some
Yeah,
buy some
after now, I'll take them for a house
buy,
party.
buy some ice cream. Okay, I want you
Yeah.
to react to this, engineer.
Say happen to
This is
us, people go
Monfa
link me
speaking
with
on
because
hush puppy. So
if I no bring
I
am,
want you to listen to this and react to this, and then I'll take you to the narrative. So this is Monfa. You know who Monfa is, don't you?
Very,
And
very
you know
well.
hush puppy. So this is Monfa now reacting to the hush puppy situation. So listen to this.
say anything wey happen to us, people go link me with because if I no bring am, you understand, all these things no go come my side. But na normal level, you get my point. But the only
Yeah.
thing we just fuck am up be say e no lis ten and e dey stubborn. So this life, um if something happen to somebody, you supposed to use your brain say wetin be the next thing, make I cool down or make I not cool down.
Sorry, engineer. Yeah, okay. So react to that. That's essentially Monfa saying that what happened to Hush Puppy is self-inflicted. That he was not taking advice amongst their criminal fraternity. So Hush Puppy, Monfa reacting to the Hush Puppy situation, and then of course Saraki and the Hush Puppy situation. So your thoughts on all of those, engineer?
Okay, can you hear me?
Yes, we
Yeah, can
can.
you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah. Well, hush puppy. He's a young lad, and influence of money laundering and the rest mislead him into that. Because if you look the background where he comes from, you feel pity for him. When he was
Just,
arrested,
just to stop you there for a moment, engineer, would you say
yeah,
that he's misled? Because look at this guy's life. He's come from the streets. He's ended up in money. He has enjoyed a lifestyle that a lot of us will not enjoy until ever. So private jets and fancy, seven stars. So he's enjoyed all of that. He's been arrested for by the Americans in just what essentially financial crime. So he'll probably just be in the American prisons for what 5 years at the maximum. He will have money stashed away somewhere. He will come out of that process to carry on enjoying the proceeds of his crime. So is he? I mean, would you? Is he not the winner in this situation? Essentially, is what I'm saying. So what
yeah,
are we
but
saying? Yeah, is he not
time is,
really? Is he not winning?
of course, time is coming whereby criminals will go freely after
Hmm.
some certain while. Because if you look at it, let me start from Nigeria. If you look at it, there's a news I read. I don't know if you're aware, where they captured a Yahoo girl and they gave her 6 years sentence for scamming 150 something thousand naira from someone. And there's another politician, and they were giving him the same sentence. If you look at it, they said the politician stole billions.
Hmm.
Well, this girl, she stole just 150 something thousand pounds, but they gave them the same sentence, and they said if they can pay so amount of money, they can be able to go freely. But the girl, she can't be able to. She's not unable to afford to pay. But the politician, he paid about 700 and something thousand naira. But they left him to go freely. So if you look at it, time is coming whereby criminals they get arrested, they just pay and they go freely. You understand? And
That is what tends to happen. Sorry to interrupt you, engineer, but that is what tends to happen within that Nigerian space, especially with the political crimes. So these people, when
exactly,
when they are in government, they still just stupendous amount of money. five, six, seven, $8 billion. So they steal all of that money. So when the government then changes and the next government is coming after them, these people are insulated with about what, 3, 4, 5, $7 billion. So you then have to negotiate with them to say, give some of this up. They call it plea bargaining. So you've stolen enough that you can just tie them up in court forever. So they just, negotiate it out and say keep 20% and give 80% back or
Exactly.
whatever.
The thing
So
is,
this is it.
the level of the corruption is everywhere, both abroad, both back home. They know what they're doing. Money speak. That's just the truth at the end of the day. Because if you look at it, the interview Murphy now is having with Daddy Freeze.
Mm,
You see, Murphy once upon a time you are his best mate. You understand? But
mm.
you too, one day your one will come out. It's just like I said. They know what they're doing. They are playing the games. Let them keep doing it. 99 days for thief, one day for the owner. That's just the fact and that's just the truth. So the interview that the freeze is asking him now, he's just busy saying this and that. Fair enough. Was it last week that the freeze still interview Hush Puppy wife, one of his baby mama in England here. And
Really.
yeah. She has two sons and he interviewed her clearly. She said, yeah,
But
he
even
helped.
that the free self, he himself supposed EFCC supposed the FBI, they should be interested in him.
Of,
Remember, he went to Dubai as well to go and interview
yeah,
Hush Puppy
yeah,
and
he was
telling
called.
people that their father can never be his driver, that they should be praying that their father be Hush Puppy. So he also is on the radar.
Yeah, but they interviewed him. The FBI they invited him. They interviewed him. Even BBC London they interview him. You know, he just have to. He played neutral there. He said he has his own social platform that he just want to clarify things and people should know that this person is this and that. And he goes along with what they said to him. You know.
Mm.
And when he interviewed Hush Puppy's baby, one of the baby mama, and she said it clearly that Hush Puppy, she never knew that this is what he's doing.
You,
But
you
but
know, I really hate it when they do that. They will go and pick the wife of the armed robber will say tell you that she never
That's a
knew.
lie now.
Yeah, of course, total lie. Of course, she
no.
knows.
She made a point. She made a good point. She made it clearly that at Firmus, he told her he's a businessman. But by the time she started digging things to reality, that she ended up saying he can explain to her basically where the source of his money coming in. But
And then
since he was
what did she do then?
basically she left him. What he
All right.
does is he contributes for his kids.
Mm.
She said it clearly. She worked 80% to make sure the kids are okay. He contributed 20%. You know, but sometimes some of the ladies they're honest, to be honest, but majority they are not honest. I must be honest to you. And she made it clearly that by the time she start finding out what kind of business he does, he like start attacking her, start making things difficult for her. But he should realize that the government they're in support of her, they're supporting her with the children. So
Can I
she
interject
contributed.
1 minute?
Yeah, go on.
Engineer, I don't want to believe that lady. There's no way
No, and me
you
neither,
don't want
because
to.
we
She
hear it
just,
so often.
yeah,
They
she
say,
just,
he told me he's a businessman. I mean, that
yeah.
businessman,
How
they
can
should.
you tell me it's a big, and you don't know the kind of business he's doing? And you saw the way he's lavishing money everywhere, wearing expensive clothes, as vehicle, Lamborghini. What kind of business does he do? Does he have industry? Or does he have
No, what
international
happened there, right?
procurement? Don't
You
believe
see,
that. Don't
men
get
men
carried
men
away
men,
by
men they do lie a lot. Men lie
huh?
a lot. Men they do lie a lot when it comes
No,
to
hold
women.
on. Hold
Okay,
on. Women lies too. You see,
we
uh,
know.
Yorùbá máa ń sọ pé ẹgbẹ́ ẹyẹ lẹyẹ ń bá ṣe. So that woman,
Yeah.
she just a lie.
Is
She
that
be
what Yoruba
liar
say?
too.
The Yoruba say, or egbe ye legbe leyemba fo?
Okay,
Look at
so
that.
so
Oh God.
you know, this
I'm
thing
going to
don't
I'm going to
this thing.
revoke your Oduduwa passport. Oh. Ajale Koko. I'm going to
oh,
revoke your Oduduwa
and
passport.
to be honest,
You
to
know,
cut the story short, right?
yeah.
There was a birthday party last week in Birmingham here, and I met her one on one.
Oh,
I
the
must be
girl.
honest. Yeah, I met her one
Wow.
on one. Yeah,
Mm.
Hush Puppy, baby mama. I met her one on one. We have a chat, to be honest, and she explained things, but people will be thinking, oh, she's aware of all these things. But when you sat with people like that, if they start telling you the story of things, you'll be shocked. The only thing he does, he provides the mobility for her, right? He provides, necessary mobility for her to use and to take care of the kids. That's all. But when you sat with her, when she start telling you things, you'll be shocked yourself. So sometimes we know that women they do lie, but not all of them, to be honest. Just like men too. Not every man they do lie. People like one man like Adele Coco, they don't lie at all. So
Yeah. That,
you know,
that 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 in itself is a lie. To say that hey, I don't lie, that in itself is a lie. Eh? So, eh?
Human being they lie, oh.
You know,
It's
so
part of our nature.
but there are different types of lies. Like somebody that you know that is something serious, but you tell them no, you are going to be all right. When you know fully that they're not going to be all right, just to reassure. So it's the manner of lies. But anyway,
So, engineer,
so because
how many children you have for hush puppies? You said two.
just two, that's the one I know.
Uh,
Two.
and you want to believe that lady that she's not lying. Look,
no,
to have two children. I mean that relationship, if not even gra, that means they don't go they don't date together for about 3-4 years now. And you say you wouldn't know the kind of man he
Yeah,
is.
but when he
No, this
started,
lie,
when he
no.
started, he's not that powerful into it. With time, when he keep
And she had
advancing,
first baby, and she had the second one. And look at
I,
that, look
I
at that
don't
long
think she's the
process.
only one though.
Eh?
Remember, she's not the only one.
Women love money. It's the money she love. The guy they bring good money to her. Did she they lie?
women love money,
You know,
engineer,
women
and
love money. Come on, that guy
she
they
might
bring
not
money.
know.
They
She might
bring
not know if she chooses not to know.
yeah.
Okay, for instance, now you go and park a Ferrari outside and you are building, the woman will know that this Ferrari is not consistent with who you are, but she will not ask you questions so that she doesn't get to know what you do, so that she doesn't have to take a position. So there's not knowing, and then there's not knowing. So not knowing is not just not knowing, if you understand any of that.
Yeah.
you know, you know, eh?
Well, to be honest, like I said, they know, every
Mm,
woman they like mobility, they like comfortable, they
mm,
like simple life, they love to enjoy.
mm.
But you see, when men they come and they do lie at times, devil will be like, oh, this one he lie a lot more than me myself.
And Nigerians, they we're especially gifted in that
We
lies
are very,
telling.
very gifted. They know
I think we are world champions
we are
in
known
lies
everywhere on
telling.
the earth.
Eh?
I
An
think the only
engineer,
thing,
you know that it wasn't secret. It's all over the net then that Hush Puppy is doing 419 now. It's international fraudster. Everybody
Mm.
knew that. So
Mm.
how can she say that she didn't know?
yeah,
I
but
bet make it go sleep, Daddy.
something you need to
It's a
understand.
lie.
If they should have start investigating his kids' baby mama, because it's not one or two. You understand?
Mm.
So there are
Eh,
there are many of them, but it's
no,
You
they
just
see,
don't need.
you see what I feel about all these hush puppy type characters is that their environment know that they are criminals, and they know that their environment know that they are criminals. So what they do is they go and commit all these heavyweight crimes, and they settle everybody, make sure that everybody's all right, and then they store a pocket of money somewhere for that day, of course, that they know will come when the authorities get them. So their families know that they do these things, but their families know that they bring in all this money to take care of them. So, they look the other way, and it's just like sacrificing that person really for generational wealth. So that is what is happening. All this hush
yeah,
puppy
fair enough.
fighter. Yeah, yeah.
sometimes we just need to think, because honestly, men do lie a lot. I must be honest to you. I'm a man. There are some lies. If I look back days when I was 20s,
Hmm?
if the way I lied to ladies, the way they the way they keep flowing, I was like,
Now,
whoa,
look at that,
so,
engineer.
but
What
Hey,
is
that's your
this?
own lie.
You that
Your,
you
that's your own lie, now enjoyment lie. Eh?
eh,
That one don't be lie. This one where they do to scam
eh,
people. That one a
engineer.
killer lie. Oh.
We
That
always think of as innocenty. You are not innocenty. Look at engineer.
now
Eh?
enjoyment
oh,
lie. You dey lie to enjoy life. Now that's your own to lie to girls. That one na enjoyment. You know,
ev-
this one to scam
every
people. And that woman will say she didn't know. She just like,
Hmm.
I mean, just don't believe
Oh
her.
no,
She's
oh
a
no, she
liar,
did
man.
no.
every dream of a
I
woman.
think engineer was just charmed by the lady and chose to believe her. That's just
No, no,
you.
no.
Yeah.
Every dream of a woman is to meet the right man at the right
Hmm.
time. That's
Hmm.
just the truth. So, regardless. But anyway, let's forget about that. And the
Okay,
next one
let's
is
go
about.
to Saraki. Saraki,
Oh,
yes, arrested and released, but then of course not arrested, but invited. Corruption, not corruption, and then 2023. So everything just playing out now within the Nigerian
okay.
space. Yeah.
One man.
Mm,
I always call myself a Mr. Fast Track,
mm.
and I always say the reality of things.
Okay.
Saraki, why was he being cautioned by EFCC? Because look, Buhari, he's planning ahead of. He's playing the games ahead of time. You understand?
Mm,
Look, Atiku come out because Atiku is one of their rivals. There's is somebody they said he's not a Nigerian. He's not born in Nigeria. He's this and this and that. Now that case is going down slowly. The next thing, I think they got information that Saraki will definitely support his PDP members when it comes to 2023 and when it
mm.
comes to reality. So what can they do, APC? APC, they forgot about how to fix the country. They forgot everything about how to do in that country called Nigeria in terms of progress of the citizen, creating jobs, making life easy for their own citizen. No. But guess what they after? They after people that they are coming out to tell them the truth, nothing but the truth. So when you challenge APC today, they will either hunt for you, hunt for your life, or go and dig your history to blacklist you or to come out and be saying all
Do
sorts
you
of
know
things.
because the moment article landed on the Nigerian shores, that was when the politics of never mind what INEC said. The moment article came back from Dubai to Nigeria, that was when the politics of 2023 started. And immediately after, we heard that they are going to court on his nationality again. They want to de-Nigerian him. And Atiku and Saraki, of course, they come as a combination because you saw they worked together in 2019 and you
Of
saw how
course.
they defeated Buhari, but Yakubu rigged him in. So they know the potency of that force. So they are going after both of them frontally, really. So don't be surprised if they actually arrest Saraki on reasons of corruption, lock him in prison, and then after the elections, they set him free. I won't be surprised if
Exactly.
they do that
Those are
because
the
these
things.
people is
You
just
see,
brutish.
those are the things they're supposed to fix the country, but APC they decide anyone that will say things
Mm,
about us will come after him, whether physical or spiritual, because that's what they're doing now. I
mm.
must be honest to you, and it's so sad.
I agree
But
with that, engineer, and I also think the effort that it takes them to be chasing these people around, it wouldn't take that much effort to actually fix the country. They are doing
exactly,
so much to hunt people down for criticizing them that if they put an equal effort in doing the right thing, then nobody will be
they
able to
know they
criticize
are
them.
failed. They failed, and they are disgrace to Nigerians. So what can they do? It's just to be hunting for people that will come out today and tell them the truth, nothing but the truth. And it's such a shameful thing that we have a leaders that today, tomorrow, they. I wonder how they lie down, they sleep or go to bed, to think, Are we doing the right thing? If we know we can't do it, can we be comfortable with the money we stole, the country money, and leave the state, or run away to another country and go and sit there? You know what I mean? It's such a shame. And now you see, like I said, they are so scared of Atiku, and they know Atiku definitely, since he went to Wike would definitely mobilize people from south, and then Saraki would mobilize people from the northern region. This is it. This is all what they want to defeat these people. But what would they do? They
I'm
look
almost
okay.
certain that Atiku is going to be. Every day I get more and more convinced that Atiku will be the next president of that country. There's nothing that I can see in his way. I cannot see any. Not
Don't
even Mahmoud Yakubu
you,
can
don't
stop
you,
him.
don't you guys,
No, that was ego, but we lost him. Sorry, carry
don't
on,
you see
engineer.
how the Ziani stole money and went and bought citizenship in another country? I am here. You
Oh,
Yeah,
lost me. Can't you
yeah.
hear me?
We
yeah,
can't
go
now.
on. We can hear you now.
Yeah, but all of them stole money and have double citizenship now. So what is unusual about that?
Can you hear me? I'm still here. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we
Yeah,
can, but you dip in and out. I think it's the network, but yeah.
You just go there and stay. Is it a good thing? When they steal money, they go buy citizen and stay there. The woman is now in a parliament of another country.
Yeah, but
Oh,
is
okay.
that
Let me
not the
try to
story?
fix it.
Is that not the story of all Nigerian politicians? Which one of them? Rotimi Amechi has Canadian citizenship. Kemi Adeosun has British citizenship. All of Buhari's children are British. Bukola Saraki, he has double nationality. Atiku Abubakar, who doesn't have double nationality in Nigeria? Who do you think is
oh,
vesting?
and
No one now.
apart from the citizenship they have their diplomatic passports.
Yes,
We
I
have
mean,
blue and red passports.
yeah.
You see, when you have those passports, you can go to any country freely if you want to go. That's just the fact. You understand? So
Yeah.
when you come to things like this, come on, we should know it ourselves. You know, if only Nigeria can be good, let them impose the constitution of the way Ghana is. If you want to become Nigerian, this you have to denounce anything and any. You know, we know ourselves. So, but
And nobody would denounce any citizenship to take any post in Nigeria. Or never. Who wants to be a Nigerian? But engineer, quickly on the AREWA youths making their usual noise, but I noticed that they omitted their usual 48 hours notice. So one, they are making their usual threats, but that threat is not as usual because they are not now giving FBI 48 hours to get out of Nigeria and all the usual stuff. So AREWA youths back in Abba Kyari, your thoughts on that?
I think the pot of tool they are doing for them will reduce. Let me
Okay.
start from there. The pot of
Yes.
that tool or tuwon shinkafa,
Mm.
that one will reduce for sure. That's what is happening to them. They are just hungry. What will hungry mongers? You
Mm.
understand? Because
Desperados.
people like that, you sold your future to these people, and at the end of the day, you are seeing the truth. You knew that this man, he is not right. You understand?
Mm.
Because to be honest, we all know, but we just want to get the final results before me myself I will start lambasting him. Because at the end of the day, we can see it clearly. If Nigerian police, Nigerian authority, they know that this is what we should do, not for our name to be tarnished in the worldwide, then they know what to do. They have to deliver him straight away. Straight away. We know that Nigerian things are not that very active, and they are not proactive, and they're not very fast in doing things. But let's see what is going to happen. But to be honest, they need to send him straight away. Regardless, they will say, "Oh, Nigerian this or Nigerian that." You know, Ajale Koko says something, whether it's fake news. You understand? When it comes to international law and you are representing a country when you are a criminal, then the law will take its own course. That's just the truth. Nothing but the truth. For somebody like that, you're representing a whole nation called Nigeria, and you call yourself a policeman, regardless what you did, your atrocity, you still deny so many things. There was a man that I think they said 40 million, or is this 40 billion? This guy took the money and kept quiet. But like I said, 99 days for thief, 1 day for the owner. And I also you see, I always use my dad as a reference. When my dad is assistant commissioner of police, his time has come and he resigned. He straight away he went to commissioner of police. Commissioner of police was surprised. He was shocked when my dad said, it's my time. I have to resign. He said, why? He said because he wants the younger officers to occupy the
To,
space
to have
because
the opportunity, yes.
so things like this. I must be honest
Are
with
you
you,
sure?
one
Are
man.
you sure that your dad is a Nigerian
The thing is,
engineer?
one man, my
Are,
dad,
are you sure your dad is
his
a
colleague,
Nigerian? Eh?
his colleague, because they transferred my dad 1993. We're in Borno State, and most of his colleagues they went and paid bribe to become a senior officers.
Yeah, that is
But
what I'm saying. That is what
as
that
I'm
is.
telling you today, one man, as I'm telling you, if my dad's colleagues, they are 10,
Mm,
7 of them they passed away because of bribery.
mm,
Because of bribery. You see, if you look at it, the level of how that bribery is happening in police thing is just very weird. You'll be shocked that why would you, instead of you put the uniform, why can't you do it? Why can't you serve the country? Why can't you be straight? But due to the fact that you put money into your life, you see things like this. No, man, no. It's sad. It's sad. Abba Kyari should go and face his
mm.
penalty. If he
I
did
don't think he
anything,
will be extradited though, because I think they'll mess the whole thing up in just noise making. You
no,
know.
if America put their foot down, they said they
Mm,
want him to come and come on. One man, do you know what happened? What Hush Puppy did for somebody to for America to knew that this guy is connected to a Nigerian uniform man and a senior officer.
mm,
You know what I mean? Hush Puppy, he killed a lot of people. They went into their bank account, it's empty. They
mm.
die of heart attack.
Yes, I agree with
You
you on
know,
that. Oh, engineer, just where you are, a lot of people they don't know the human cost of all of these things. You say he killed, he did not physically go to go and
yes,
shoot
it's not
somebody,
physically.
but when they destroy your bank account and then you decide to take your own life, that is killing. When you are
That's
selling
killing.
drugs and that drugs and then it wastes away somebody's life to death, you are effectively killing those people. So yes, I agree with what
A
these
lady
people
in
are
America
killers.
was
Yeah.
she was asked by FBI. She said it clearly. She got dementia straight away. Her money is gone out of her account.
Hmm.
I know someone in England here. The woman committed suicide. The husband was shedding tears. He's old.
Because all your debtors, your bank will not know that your mortgage provider does not want to know if you are defrauded. If you don't pay your mortgage within 3 months, they come and take your house. They
Straight
come and
away.
take the
Straight
car.
away.
They come and take everything, all because some idiot somewhere has defrauded you. You know,
You
so
are tarnishing the name of that country. Honestly, it's sad. It's sad.
oh,
This
oh, oh,
guy, if today America release Hush Puppy, another country will capture him straight away. I'm telling you,
no,
they
no,
are
no, no,
hunting for
no.
him.
That's double jeopardy. I don't think you can be
Of course.
prosecuted for the same crime twice. Otherwise, but thank you, engineer. Let's go on to ego just to make it a shorter session.
All right.
So,
Thank you.
so yeah, thank you, engineer. Stay with us. Ego, your thoughts. You know what the talking points are. Look at Baba Akure sonning himself. Look at that. Look at that. Yeah, okay. eh, eh. They say chopping life. Is this not chopping life? Look at that. And look
Look
at
at the
how
smile alone. The smile
look at
alone
the
is
cheeks.
about.
Look how rosy the cheeks are.
I'm telling
Oh my
you.
God.
Baba
Eh?
Akure is a big boy
Let's
now.
no. Let's move to Canada
Baba
straight away.
Akure
Yeah,
Look
is a
it's
at the
big
going
boy.
to
garden.
somewhere
Eh?
here.
His garden alone is a small village. Look at
You can
that.
all
Eh?
come to my village here.
The
You,
life of
you
the
can all
rich
come
and
to my
famous.
village
Eh?
here. You will enjoy your life. Don't
Yeah.
easy and easy.
Thank you, Baba Akure. Igor, so to you, you know what the talking points are. Bukola Saraki, in the custody of the EFCC, now released. They are trying to pressure him for corruptions from his days at from his days as a governor of Kwara State and his tenure as the president of the Senate as well. But is this anti-corruption or political witch hunting? So that is the question. And then of course, hush puppy, that space again, we're still there. Uh, the pressure now to release Abba Kyari to the American FBI. The Inspector General of Police has taken the first step by suspending him, but then of course the pressure continues to mount for him to be released to the Americans. So to all of that, Ego, good to see you. Ego, Ego.
Yeah, good. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, yeah.
The issue of Saraki, I come from there first. Hello, can you guys hear me? Hello? Okay, good, good. The issue of Saraki, I come from there. One thing, yes, it might be.
We can hear you, Ego. Carry on, Ego.
I think the network is fluctuating.
Yeah, that's the thing. And it's frustrating for him, more so than because he wants to put his points across, but then this is the Nigeria we're talking about. This is a real life example of what brings us here all the time. A man pays his money to buy a package to be able to interact with the rest of the world, but then this is what you get. You see, this is it. This is the frustration right here, and this is Nigeria right here. Igor will come back to you. Just you see, he's even left. So Baba Akure, to you then. You know what the talking points are from your palatial large estates in the suburbs of Canada. What are you thinking of the zoo called Nigeria? Baba Akure, to you.
Actually, can you give me the headline
Yeah,
because
we were talking about Bukola
from
Saraki, who we were talking about Bukola Saraki, who was picked up by the EFCC, but then he's
okay.
now imagined that he visited and was not picked up. So we're talking about him, the catch and release, and we're asking if that is a crime fighting or political witch hunt, because of course we know that this is the build up to 2023. And Bukola Saraki is in play with Atiku because we saw him work with Atiku successfully in 2019. So we're speculating on that. And then the Inspector General of Police, yeah, so go to that one first.
Okay, well, thank you very much for having me. To me, that is my own opinion anyway. I will say it is a political witch hunt, and we be seeing this since Buhari got into the power. They promised us that they are going to fight corruption, but it happens that it is they only focus the battle to the opposition. Because if we have to look at it, we cannot really say that they've convicted any APC member or interrogated them since Buhari got to power. We are aware of that of Ganduje. Nothing came out of it. We are aware of issue of this man from Ekiti, former governor Ayodele Fayose, who went to who went to EFCC headquarters by himself, and they arrested him and they interrogated him. So we never hear from other side of the party, from APC member. We never seen them being arrested or being tried, to my own opinion. So I will say it is a win shot of a political win shot for 2023. And I will say it's not because of 2023 alone, but that is just the way they've been propagating the way of fighting corruption by APC administration. So that is my own take for that. And I read about the story anyway. We hear the other side that he was picked up, and I also read that he went to the place by himself because they wanted him, and he went there by himself for interrogation. So that is my contribution to that one.
Just on what you said about the conflicting story of him being picked up and then him going there by himself. In that space, they cannot pick him up because there's a court injunction preventing them from probing him. So
Okay.
Saraki had filed some human rights abuse against the EFCC with Justice Taiwo, and he then has said that the EFCC should not go anywhere near him until he hears that suit. So there is that injunction in place preventing them from going after him. But he, according to his own media space, went there voluntarily to say that you said you have questions for me. Here I am. So he presented himself. So, and the EFCC, by the way, they've also come out to say that they did not arrest him. So he voluntarily went there to just present himself to answer any questions that they would have. And he was not detained. He answered the questions according to him, and then left, of course, to go about his day. So that is just to tidy up that space.
So,
So
so,
it
so,
was,
so for
yeah,
what you just said,
yeah,
now I'm going to link that to
mm,
issue of Abba Kyari.
yeah.
Now, this is honorable thing to be done. When they level allegation against you, then you want to prove yourself to be innocent. So, I think in line with what you just said, that is exactly what we are expecting from the Nigerian police force. Though they did something based on what I read this morning before I went to church, I understood that they suspend the man for now,
Yes, they've suspended him. That's what we are discussing. Yeah.
which is normal thing they're supposed to have done.
Mm.
Once you hear that it is the second day, you're supposed to have already suspend the man. It's no issue of people have to be. People have to cry out that, oh, this is what you're supposed to do. We don't supposed to tell them what they're supposed to do.
I don't know why Matthew is calling you a fine man. No, this is not this sort of It's only babes that are allowed to call him a fine man. No, we don't want
With
men
their
calling
voice,
each
you will
other.
know them now.
Uh,
They are
uh,
the voice, the voice.
no, none of that. Yeah.
So, it is honorable thing that that's supposed to have been done. But let's see what is going to come out of issue of Abba Kyari. And like you said, that they may not send him to US. Well, I think we've already discussed about this matter. They can decide of what to do.
You know why I said that, Baba Akure? You know the usual Nigerian method of using the law system. What he could and probably should do is to go to a Nigerian court and challenge that extradition something, and then they will hold that extradition until the Nigerian court determination, and then set the determination for 6 months later. And the Americans, of course, are not going to say that they want to come into Nigeria to break the Nigerian law. So that then buys him that. So he can just use, you know how they do it in Nigeria, and just use the court system to just tie something down. This is
That you
it could and
You
should
know,
do
see,
that.
you
one man, if he's not guilty, he should do the same thing, just like what was it you or Baba Kure just said.
No,
Go
Baba
to,
Kure, like
yeah,
Saraki
go
did.
to EFCC and present yourself. Let him do the same. Let's see.
Yeah,
You
but
know
we know
what I
he's
mean?
guilty now. Yeah.
Oh,
but the issue
You see the life
not
he's living. Have you seen some of the images coming out? The houses that this guy is building, even his younger brother, the cars on a police salary. you
well,
know,
okay.
the issue is that is Nigerian police anyway, because how much is he earning per month? I could remember. You see, in a society that is working properly, they I think they supposed to have been they're supposed to have probed him long time ago. I could remember when I was in Antigua, we have a correctional officer. It happens that our boyfriend involved in a shady activity. Then they denied they denied the allegation. So what happened is that the police went with search warrant to the house. So now when they look at the type of shoe the lady was wearing, I mean the correctional officer and the lady, when they look at the shoes she was wearing, the type of bag she had, then they now look at how much she's per month. Then they have to they arrested her too. Then they have to prove in the court that, okay, well, this is how I get this money. So that is it's society that is working. I think that is what they're supposed to be doing in Nigeria, because we see a lot of police officers, they just have mansions, a certain vehicle with how much? With 200,000 naira per month, or even some of them get maybe 80,000 or 100,000 per month. But when you look at the house they have, or the vehicle they are driving, you will be so. Where is this person getting money from? So that is the case. The issue of Abba Kyari, I think, normally, if they want to, as I said yesterday, it's supposed to go through the court process. But it's just that our court is not really working good. It's supposed to go through court process where he will have his own lawyer. He will present the evidence, and the FBI will present the evidence, and they will have to debate on it. If there is enough sufficient reason to extradite him to US or not. It is happening all over the world. So that is about that.
All right. Thank you, Baba Kore. So we will start to round off. So we'll start to round off here actually. So we'll take just a quick final comment from engineer, and then Baba Kore just help us say the goodbyes. So just a quick word from you, engineer, and then Baba Kore can just shut things down for us. Engineer. Have we lost engineer?
I'm still here. I don't know what is going on because I couldn't find anybody anymore. And
no, I am here as well. Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Oh, okay, yeah, but engineer cannot hear me. So yeah, I was going to shut it down anyway. So just round it up for us, Ababa Kure, and then we'll reconvene in the evening.
Okay. Well, as we said, as we be discussing, to me, I will. Okay, I'm going to bring a point here because the engineer said I heard about that the lady that Hush Puppy was befriending did not know about what he was doing. To me, I don't really want to believe that because Hush Puppy is a very smart person. Then he has to date somebody who's so smart too. So they have to be compatible before they can have two kids for one another. So for her to be giving story that she doesn't know and all kind of thing, I'm not going to believe that. So that is my take for that. And well, the issue of because somebody mentioned here that Hush Puppy spoiled the name of the country in the world. It's not
too late already.
It is not even Hush Puppy alone. Our politician even worse more than what this guy has done. I'm not supporting him anyway, but if they want to check it, if you want to really talk about the root cause of the major problem we are having back there, and those who are messing up in the whole world, we have to hold our politician as number one. That spoil the name of the country all over the world. That is why we are not respected. I met one man in the church today. He's from Halifax. Immediately the man saw me and said, "You are from Nigeria?" I said, "Yes." He said, "Boy, Nigeria they are very, very smart." And then I said, "Well, there is no doubt about that." Hear what he said now. He said, "You know the reason why I said that?" I said, "I don't know." He said, "Because in Halifax we have a lot of Nigerians there. We have a lot of doctors. We have a lot of professors. They are teaching in University of Halifax and stuff like that. But one person we spoiled all that." I said on this program the other day, we have about 225,000 medical doctors in the United States. But are they going to talk about that? No.
No, it's the hush puppies that they will talk about.
Exactly.
The only time that they mentioned the Nigerian Olympics team on the BBC Olympics coverage is to tell us that one of them have failed the drugs test and has been sent home. That's the only time they mention Nigeria. Not anything good.
Exactly. You see, when I hear that too, I just say, "Boy, this country is gone. Because everything is just over one after the other. Since January, everything is one after the other. There is no time that you really hear about good news coming from there anyway. But this year it is exceptional. It is one after the other, one after the other, one after the other. We don't know what we are going to hear until December anyway.
All right, but Matthew Sule, he is in Canada, and he is asking where you are. He's in Ontario, and he's thinking if you're close by, maybe he can come to your house, and then you can have a barbecue in that vast estate.
I'm in New Brunswick.
New Brunswick. So yeah,
Yeah.
so that's your
So,
answer, Matthew. He's in
so
a
it's so it is
new.
about I don't know where he is in Toronto, in Ontario anyway. Maybe
Mm,
Toronto or Ottawa, because from where I am right now to Ottawa is 15 hours drive non-stop. Then
mm.
to maybe like Saint Catherine, Katrina, or other part of that would be like 17 hours drive non-stop. So I don't
Wow.
know where he is.
No, it's not worth the barbecue for 17 hours drive.
I've already done
Uh,
that so many. I've done that so many times. 17 hours non-stop. So it's not new.
yeah, but
Only
you
thing I do,
do that for
only
work now, don't you?
no, just to drive with my family. I enjoy myself. So
Yeah.
it's only just buy gas and continue your
If you
journey.
have if you have a nice solid car, there's nothing more pleasurable than a good just
That,
drive. Just yeah.
this is the type of country that we want.
Mm,
In fact, it is painful when you see things around here and you see how things is going and you
mm.
see your people suffering too. You want them to be at least if it is not up to the standard of what we are seeing here, at least to the middle.
Just basic human standards will
Exactly.
be a
I can
start.
drive
Just
from here
basic.
to Ottawa, 15 hours drive non-stop. Nobody is going to trouble me on the road.
Mm,
The only thing I can, maybe I want to buy gas, or
mm,
if my vehicle have problem, or if my tire burst. That is the only thing. No thief will come on the road. Oh, stop.
mm,
No, even unless if you overspeed, no police is going to even stop you. No police is going to harass you.
mm. Even if you overspeed, they will just scan you and then you get your letter through the post,
You get
don't
your
you?
ticket. That is it.
And then go and pay your
Nobody's,
fine and they will
nobody's
mark
going to
your
shove you inside the vehicle, or they start
you see
beating you
why people
with the
you see
bottom
why
of gun.
people always struggle to go back home because once you have gotten accustomed to this sort of life that you have described about Korea, and then you land at the Nigerian airport, and immediately from the airport even to your home, you've been stopped severally by several police, and they are harassing you. They will even ask you to show your passport. I don't know when police turn into immigration officer. They will harass you three, four times on that just short journey. And the journey between your house and the airport, which is a 20-minute journey, is 5 hours. And
The,
then it's just the trauma.
it is very disgusting. I was going home in 2000 and I think 2018 January in Toronto. They change all this thing that is moving luggage from the plane. They change everything brand new. When I go to my own country now, you know what we use? Something they use hand to roll the machine so that the machine can move.
Some shakabula or something.
Exactly. So when you look at that, in fact anyway, one man. Are we having a program? Are we having a program later today? Because yesterday you did show up.
No, hopefully I'm just a bit exhausted. So if I'll see how it goes. But maybe yes, even because I noticed that if I'm too tired, then the sessions they sound a bit sluggish, and I'm trying to keep the standards high. So I'm saying rather than have like a sluggish session, if I feel that I'm not up to it, then maybe
Okay.
I'll just not have the session at all.
Okay.
But what I
Because
have been, yeah, go on.
yesterday I searched all what is going on with my computer. I look
No,
everywhere. I changed
no,
my second computer. I
yeah.
check my phone time to time. Nothing show up. What is going on
Look
here?
at that. You are getting withdrawal symptoms from what I have been doing is I have been giving the login keys to VA, especially
Okay.
to do like a sports session. So
Okay.
he has been doing even before I came on now, he just did an hour and a bit sports
Okay.
session. So
Okay.
what I might be doing going forward is to be giving the login codes to specific people to do like maybe if we have somebody that is like a showbiz sort of like a female sort of person, then
Okay.
she can be doing that showbiz round. So I might not necessarily be on the screen myself, but
Okay.
there'll be certain. But Ovia now is going to be the like he's going to use the Olympics to see if he likes it, and
Okay.
then going forward he's going to be doing like the sports like a sports desk sort of
Okay.
thing. So I
Okay.
wouldn't even be there. I wouldn't. It would just so he just do his own thing. So
Okay.
then I get somebody like a showbiz type sort of person to do like a showbiz sort of. So we're slowly evolving a media platform. Essentially, is what we are
Okay,
doing.
that's
Baba
it.
Kure.
That's
Yeah.
nice. That's nice.
So that's the thing. So hopefully I will see you later on, Baba Kure. I can't get past this. I have to go and work harder. I want to live like you, Baba Kure. Look at Baba Kure, the
This is
multi-millionaire.
if
Eh?
you this is just if you look at the back of this garden, there is a lot
Yeah.
of houses over there. It's just that is normal way of life where you have to have a
No, no, no. No,
green
I'm joking.
background and
I have a garden too, but I won't show it yet because I just, during the winter, you abandon nobody goes into the garden. So, and then
yes, yes,
when winter is coming out, you spruce up your garden, but I've not spruced it
yes.
up. So I've just
If you if you
abandoned it.
if you want some vegetable, I can get you some vegetable here anyway. And elegede.
Elegede, yeah, you brought Nigeria to look at this. You can take the man out of Akure, but you can never take the Akure out of the the Yamashe keeps on going, even in Canada. Eh, thank you, Baba Akure.
All
And
right, see you later.
people really enjoyed seeing you in a different setting. Look at Alexander comes in. I didn't even know Alexander was with us. He says, one man is enjoying mommy's company, Baba Akure. Yeah, my mom, well, she was around just for the day. She's in the country, but with my sister. But then she came round to, just chill out yesterday. So thank you everyone. We just end the session there with Baba Akure just and his garden. So later on, I'll see you. But here I say, peace.